Paulo Soleri was an Italian-born architect. He came to the United States in 1946 to join Frank Lloyd Wright's Taliesin Fellowship. After a year and a half, he established his own practice. His passion was creating sustainable architecture. To this end, he developed a philosophy of design called arcology, a fusion of architecture and ecology. Soleri promoted his ideas in books, lecture tours, and elaborate models of futuristic cities. None of his visionary ideas came to fruition, but hints of what he intended are embodied in two actual projects, Cosanti and Arcosanti. I'm Michael Knorr with Architecture Minute. This episode is about Paulo Soleri and his utopian architecture in the desert. Cosanti was Soleri's first attempt to build a community based on sustainable architecture. Located in Scottsdale, Arizona, it was also his home and studio, and a place where he could experiment with different building technologies. Many young people learned his methods by attending summer workshops and helping to build the structures at Cosanti. One of Soleri's signature construction techniques was creating half domes by mounding sand to the size and shape required for the interior. Concrete was poured over the mound. Then, after the concrete cured, the sand was removed to reveal the completed half dome. Called apses, these half domes provided shelter for workshops and housed models of Soleri's utopian visions, huge vertical megacities intended as alternatives to urban sprawl. Soleri believed his dense megacities would preserve thousands of acres of the natural world while providing efficient housing and workplaces for large numbers of people. In contrast, Cosanti itself does not go up, it spreads out like a little village. Parts of Cosanti served as student housing. Other areas supported Soleri's business enterprise, signature bronze and ceramic bells. Some people have remarked that Cosanti looks like a set for Planet of the Apes. It is a primitive but very compelling version of organic architecture. I once heard a story about a university professor visiting Cosanti. Carmina Burana played throughout the complex, casting a primal mood. He later said it felt as if he had been transported either 1,000 years into the future or 1,000 years into the past. Either way, Cosanti didn't feel anchored in the present. Soleri was unable to attract funding for any of his megacity utopian visions, so he boldly decided to build one himself. That was Arcosanti. With profits from the sale of bells and dedicated followers providing labor, Soleri's vision gradually took shape on a desert plateau 50 miles north of Phoenix. Arcosanti is intended as an example of how to live with the environment. However, it has not and never will reach the scale implied in his prototype designs. Instead, it seems to have grown in a manner not too different from any conventional development. Meanwhile, back at Cosanti, personally, I prefer it to Arcosanti. It's more intimate and human-scaled. With its structures tucked snugly into the site, Cosanti seems more suitable for desert living. I once asked Soleri if he himself would live in one of his huge utopian visions or something more like Cosanti. He didn't answer the question directly. I got the sense that what Soleri really wanted was to neatly contain the masses while he would remain free to live on the surface of the planet. But that's mere conjecture on my part.